All right, yeah, go ahead and give him a call, and we'll put him on. Just let me know when we got him. And there we go. We got the call going in right now. Hopefully we got him. Let's hope for the best. Tony G.
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, not much, brother. We got him. 5280 Nation. Tony G is in the house. How you doing? I'm Richie Rich with Jammin' 5280 The Vibe. Thanks for coming aboard, sir.
Thank you. Long day at the office, still here, grinding it out. What's going on in Denver?
Not much. Actually, I got a couple of artists right here that you know, Kid Twist and Onyx, and talk about artists that have been grinding it out. These two grind it out hard right here in the Mile High City, man.
Definitely. Very, very talented, pair of artists. So, I'm blessed to, be working with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Tony G, can you give us a little background of your career in the music industry and with G Unit and G Note Records?
My career is pretty, fairly new. I'm a newcomer in the industry. Been doing this for about 2 or 3 years. Did the typical start of, when you start interning and you do the dirty work and you fetch a few copies here and there and make copies of legal documents. And, just basically worked my way up, started working with producers and started placing a few records. And then, I got the opportunity to enter in the A&R department. And that's, cut the story short, here I am 3 years later as an A&R.
Nice. I like that. Props out to that. Onyx, I know you got a question. You were going to say something?
No, I was smiling still. Man.
Oh, he's all happy. But Tony G, I'm still grabbing everybody's coffee, man. So
that's good,
Yeah, I know how you feel. It never hurts. I don't mind doing it. Kid Twist sent me down to get a couple of bottles of wine earlier and brought them in here. So yeah, I'm still working for these guys. Now, which artists have you worked with in the past, Tony G?
Anyone on the roster, pretty much. Anywhere from 50 Cent to Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Hot Rod. We actually have some new additions to our roster, which is very exciting. We have Kid from New Orleans. We have Shorty Love from Atlanta. We have a new girl named Leah. So, it's going to be an exciting year for us.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'll tell you what, we got to hook up and start blowing everybody up right here in the Mile High City. You know what I mean? Now,
sounds like a plan.
Which artists are you currently working with now?
Like I said, everyone. The great thing is that everyone is working right now. So one of my focuses is the Hot Rod project. 50's working on his album. Banks is working again. He's about to release a Cold Corner mixtape. Yayo is working on his album. Kid and Shorty Low in the studio. Leah is working on her album. So, everybody's working. So it's pretty busy around here.
Absolutely, man. Now, you're fixing to put 2 more to work.
Exactly.
Now, how did you come in contact with Kid Twist and Onyx?
To be honest, it was pretty random. It was, I get about 150 emails a day of demo submissions, and I like to check them all, but sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It depends on the mood and how much time I have. So I just went through my email and I saw, just randomly opened an email, listened to the record, and usually when I listen to a record, it's 15, 20 seconds in. I usually, stop the record, delete the email, because you don't have too much time to invest to get too deep into the music.
Yeah.
Because you have so much, so you just got to go through with it. But their record, this happens once every few months when you listen to a record and you actually play it back 3, 4 times in a row, 5, 6 times in a row, and then you're like, you know what, let me come back tomorrow, let me listen to it again, and
see if you're still.
I love the record, and I gave the guys a call. That's how it happened.
Yeah, see if you're still got the same mood for it and the same feel for that song. That is so funny. You said 20 seconds on that, because this weekend a buddy of mine had called me up and we're sitting here talking, and I says, man, I got all these artists that I'd like to find a label to just send some of these guys to. And he says, these guys, they hardly listen to anybody. He says, but what I hear is they listen to them 15, 20 seconds and they're out. If it didn't catch them in that first 15, 20 seconds, that...
But you get so much material when I say 100 emails a day, that means there's at least 3 MP3s in an email. It means 300 tracks a day. So if I'm busy in the studio for 2 days and I don't have time to check my email, it means in 2 days I have 600 new tracks in my inbox. So, you gotta just try to get through them, and sometimes it takes me, I think when I actually responded to the email, it was like 6 weeks or 8 weeks after it was actually sent to me. So it just shows you how long it takes to get to an actual email.
That is crazy, man. And so these guys, they're blessed, man. That you were able to listen to that track, that email, you hit it, and the rest is history right now. You guys are,
how it works.
Yeah, you guys are getting together now. Are you currently working on any new projects with Twist and Onyx right now?
Yeah, the thing is, every A&R has a team of producers and writers that they go to, besides finding new ones. And that's always a challenge, finding good writers, to finding good artists to send records to go back and forth with. And you start building a relationship, you know. I don't think anyone gets signed overnight anymore, where you hear a record, you're like, all right, let me sign you right away. It's, you know, you send records back and forth, and you look for consistency, because just because they have one great record doesn't mean they can put out a great album. So what I wanted to do is, let me send this kid some records, let me see what they can do, let me send them some beats, and every time they send me back a record, I like it, you know. So nice. I definitely have been writing some stuff for our artists, referencing some records, and especially in the dance and pop world, which we're, you know, getting into. It's all about the song, it's all about the record. With the hip hop stuff, it's a bit different. You just give an artist a beat, they go in, they do their part, and then they come out. But with big records, and you know, if you want to be on Billboard and the top 40 records, you have to go back and forth and rewrite. So, you know, I'm blessed to have Kid and Onyx around to just help me, you know, create those great records.
Absolutely, Tony G. Now, I'll tell you what, those of you just tuning in, we have a special guest. It's an honor to have him on the show right here. Tony G, A&R for G-Note and G-Unit Records, and he is getting in the scene with Kid Twist and Onyx. Guys, you're awful quiet, man. Do you have anything to say?
I'm just enjoying.
I don't hear anything from them, but they call me every day asking me to deal with the records. So
I know, right?
They're very vocal on the phone, but I don't hear them on the radio.
Yeah, I was enjoying all the stuff he was saying about us, but, you know, like I said, like I told Twist, it's been a blessing. You know, first thing I want to do is thank God for, you know, putting us in this position to work with Tony. You know, being in the music position, you know, in the industry, it's hard to get a track out there. It's hard to, you know, to be hopeful and to actually send a track to a label. And like you said, we didn't hear back from him for, you know, a good 6 to 8 weeks. And, you know, between that time, you know, we didn't stop. We didn't say, you know what, it's not going to work. We just kept making tracks, and we kept making track after track. And before you know it, we got a call from Tony. And
exactly.
When he called us, you know, we had more tracks to show him. We, you know, we're real positive with our music. Now that we're working with Tony, our spirits are even higher, and it's just been a blessing, like I said. And we just want to keep on working with him and just show him and prove to him that we can, you know, we have what it takes to write that top 40 song.
Yeah, right.
And like Tony said, you know, everything we've been sending him, it's been working out for him, and it's been working out for us. So that's pretty much, you know. I don't know. I guess I'm speechless right now.
Yeah.
Twist, what do you say?
I'm speechless.
Twist is always speechless, man. He's got a couple of gals in here always on him and stuff like that, and he just sits in the corner and makes beats. But Tony G, now, do you have any plans on working with these guys in New York at your studio?
Yeah, I definitely would love to even have them out here sometime, and it's obviously much better to get in the studio, be face to face, be in there at the same time, and just the quality of music comes out better, you know. But
right.
You know, and it's not the glory days anymore, and it's something, you know, I explained to the guys. It's these days all the sessions get emailed back and forth because, you know, the plane tickets and the hotels and everything. It's not like it used to be. So
yeah,
it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. The good thing is, look, I didn't even have to have these guys in the studio with me, and we were able to make a hit record. The bad thing is sometimes you lose a bit of the creativity and the special energy that comes from being, you know, face-to-face, you know, live and flesh in the studio together. But I definitely want to bring him out here, put him in the studio with our artists, and make some more records. And, you know, we develop them as artists as well. You know, I have them writing some stuff right now, but, you know, they're their own artists in their own right. So, you know, go down both lanes as songwriters and artists.
Yeah, and, you know, I talk about this a lot on my show, is, you know, we bring a lot of artists, hip-hop artists right here out of the Mile High City. We've had some national artists from Atlanta, stuff like that, that we've had on the show as well. But, you know what I noticed, and I talked about it in length last Tuesday night, Tony G, and these guys grind. There's a difference between just wanting to make a song and actually wanting to make it your career. And
definitely,
these guys want to make it their career, and they have, every time I've seen them, I've talked to them, they send me their music. They're always grinding and sending the radio station their music, and we play it, and we get a lot of great response off of it. What grabs your attention about Kid Twist and Onyx the most?
like you said, they're always grinding. It's, whether it's a producer or an artist, it's, yeah, sure, you hear a great song, or if you're a producer, sure, you have a nice beat here and there, but are you consistent with it week in, week out, months,
Yeah.
If I go away and come back in 6 months, are you still going to have the same work ethic? Are you going to have the same material? And that's what I feel these kids have, because no matter what record I send them, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to pick it or like it, but I understand the quality and I understand the work they put in and the hours that go into it, just simple things from their mixes and the way that they layer the vocals and their ad-libs. It just tells me they're not just going in the studio to wing it. They actually pretend like this is going to be the only record that I ever put out, and they put 100% into it.
Yeah. I tell you what, Tony G, you're nailing it each time, man. We sit here and talk about this all the time, and I got much respect for you and what you do in this business. I love what I do because I get to show it to the world. I get to show the new tracks, play, do the interviews with the new artist that's coming out. This is my passion, and it's great that you're actually on jamming right now, and we're talking about these two local artists right here out of the Mile High City. What are your plans for these guys in the future for Kid Twist and Onyx?
I just want to keep working with them, and that's part of the business. You keep working, and sometimes things go a bit faster, sometimes get a bit slower, and it's just we have a saying here. It's like the people who make it are the ones who can stay broke the longest, So you just gotta grind it out and keep working, and maybe we'll be 40, 50 records before we get the one we really need. But as long as they're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work with them. Yeah,
absolutely. And sooner or later, they're going to push out the one that you're going to go, oh, this might be it. This.
Yeah, and to be honest, one of the first records that they sent, I was like, ooh, and I had the same reaction every time. Where I replied to the email and like, call me right away, and I found out their phone numbers, and and I do my part. They probably don't know, but I've Googled everything about them. I've done every research on them. I know all their Twitter pages. I know all their Facebooks. It's just because that interest grows inside of me when I hear the music.
Well, absolutely. And being the big dog, the A&R for G-Note and G-Unit Records, you have to. That's what I do. That's the first thing I do when I heard their tracks is I got on Google. I tried to check them out. I tried to hit the streets, ask people about them. But what I like the most when they send me their first track is I like the club feel. I like if they can make me tap, if they can make me just want to move just a little bit. I might not like the lyrics as much, but the beats and the songs, and then all of a sudden they start putting all of it together combined. They had me.
Yeah.
They really had me. And I'm like, you don't see a whole lot of that.
And like I told Tony too, we're not just out there to write the next pop song, the hit. We're not out there to write the next R&B song. Like Tony knows, we can write rock music, we can write country music. If saying that, but whatever it is, we just have that talent. When I hear a beat and I hear a song or some kind of anything that just grabs my attention, I can literally, and same with Twist, and Twist could probably vouch for me. I could close my eyes and I could just, I go into a whole other world, and I could just hear melodies, I see things, and it's just that's what I'm blessed with, and so is Twist, is that we're not here just to write pop music. We're here to do a variety. Like Tony knows, we send him rock tracks, we send him just every genre. We're doing it. So if we write the next country song, I don't know.
And melody is a key word that you mentioned, and Kid Twist and Onyx have a great understanding of melody, and melody is very important because it's universal.
Right.
So melody speaks. You probably can hear from my accent. I was born and raised in Europe. I came here when I started high school. So when I first started listening to music that was popular in America, I didn't understand the lyrics, but I understood the melody, and that's what I was able to relate to. So melody to me makes the greatest records. And if an artist has a great understanding of melody, they're always going to make great records. So which these kids have.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can make you move, if they can make you feel it, and you feel it in your heart, whether or not it's not, that's what I'm saying. It's not about the lyric times. They start coming out with some different stuff, and even if you don't understand it, you feel it, and you could be speaking Chinese and not know it at all, but you can still move to the beat. Move to the melody of it, and that's what they have for me. Those of you just tuning in, A&R for G-Note and G-Unit Records, Tony G in the house right here. We have him on the line, and Kid Twist and Onyx are right here in studio. Local artists right here out of the Mile High City. Tony G, I got to thank you for coming aboard, man, on Street Beats. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on our show, man.
Definitely. I'd love to come back on the show when Kid Twist and Onyx have the record coming out. And when you guys premiere it, I would love to be back on the show and, just give my 2 cents.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. It'd be an honor to have you back on the show, man. Twist, do you have anything to say, dog?
I'm speechless.
This guy is so quiet. Yeah? All right, you got anything to say to Tony G, man?
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, man. I mean, it's really a blessing. I've been waiting for this.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's all I want to do is just like Tony knows, and I thank him all the time. Like you said, we've developed a relationship now, and he knows we're grateful for it. And it's this doesn't mean that we're done. We're done grinding. This is just the beginning of it.
You better not be, man. I'll be following you, dog.
No. So Tony knows we got more to show him, and like I said, we just want to thank him and thank everybody else that supports our music.
Yeah, you guys got to keep this thing going because I've been a hip-hop fan for many, many moons, brother. You got to keep it alive. All right, we're going to take it back to the other side. We're going to take in a song, Onyx, right now. What is he going to play right here?
I think we're going to play I Love the Way.
I Love the Way.
I think so.